I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Lakeland. My name is Mr. Novak, and I'm Supervisor of Humanities and Fine Arts here at Lakeland Regional High School. You might know me from such production as the Lakeland Coffee House, and that's probably pretty much it at this point. I'm here this morning to talk about some of the new academic electives that we're going to be offering at Lakeland Regional High School come September of 2017. This is going to be more of a little interactive show than we've had in years past. We reached out to members of the Lakeland community to submit questions that I will then be asking those teachers who will be teaching the electives in September of 2017. So we hope you enjoy our production. All right, Lakeland, here I am with Mr. Andrew Trung, one of my favorite math teachers who will be talking about his new course that's going to be running in September, Java course. Mr. Trung, thank you for coming on.
Anytime.
Not to waste any time, our first question is from the Lakeland Morning Show. Mr. Trung,
yes.
Is this course about coffee?
Yes, Java is coffee, coffee is espresso, No, I'm not teaching coffee. This isn't a barista class.
Okay. I apologize. Somebody really should start vetting these questions a little bit better before we go live. Question number 2. Mr. Trung, tell me what Java is all about.
So Java is a computer science language that we have here in the AP course, but this is the first time being offered as an introductory course. Okay. So the biggest difference between the two courses is AP is geared more towards the AP exam, where there's a lot more questions, and the intro class is going to be more project-based.
Mr. Trung, you said that the class is project-based. Can you talk about some of the projects that you're going to be doing in your class?
Yeah, so based upon the topics that I teach them, I'll give them a sample project for them to work on, and then they pretty much have free reign to work on an open project on what they want. So for example, I'll teach them about a random number generator, and they can use that random number generator to make a project like a fortune cookie, which produces a random message.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. Next question, going back to the script. I'm a junior. Can I take this course?
Yes. So I think the only prerequisite for this course is that you have to be concurrently or finish taking Algebra 2. Okay. So if you're a super smart sophomore that's in Algebra 2, by all means, come on and take the course. Or if you're a super senior taking Algebra 2 or you've done it, take the course.
Okay. Final question from the Lakeland community. What sort of career can I look forward to if I successfully take this course?
I think pretty much this course is geared for anyone who's interested in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. So anytime you take some sort of STEM classes or you're a STEM major in college, you have some sort of introductory programming course. So this kind of helps to fill that.
All right. Mr. Trung, thank you for coming on the morning show to talk about your elective. We're excited to see it run in September. Thank you much.
Thanks.
All right, Lakeland, here I am with one of my favorite English teachers, Miss Alyssa Shale. She's going to be talking about her new course that will be running in September 2017, Literature of Conflict. Miss Shale, thank you very much for coming in today to talk about your new course. Thank you for sitting in our chairs. I would say couch, but it doesn't really fit within our budget. All right, question number 1, coming from the Lakeland Morning Show. Will there be a fight club in class?
Mr. Novak, I can't talk about that.
Again, you fielded that question like a true professional. Question number 2, also coming from the Lakeland Morning Show. What are some of the things that you're going to be covering in your curriculum of conflict of literature?
So this is a course that really is going to deal with war narratives and how war narratives are depicted in not only literature but multimedia, so film and television, songs, art, and we'll be looking at how those war narratives are depicted for us, the audience, and whether or not they can really be true depictions of what is experienced in war.
Next question coming in also from the Lakeland Morning Show. What are some of the prerequisites for this course?
So prerequisites, the course is open to all junior and senior students who are academic level and above.
Okay. Next question. In reading the course description, this person noticed that the course was very heavily project-based. Can you talk about some of the projects they're going to be doing in class?
So we have one really cool project, I think it's a cool project for this course, and that is that the students are going to participate in a service project where we get to turn one of the walls outside the auditorium into a memorial for former Lakeland students who have gone on to serve in the various branches of our military.
That's a pretty cool project to be involved in. I look forward to that project. Next question, final question coming from the Lakeland Morning Show. What are some of the conflicts, the wars specifically that you're going to be looking at? World War I, World War II, all of the above?
Well, I think really all of the above to really get a true sense of what war narratives are. And I think there's really going to be a focus on the soldier's experience and what a soldier does experience, since we as readers are kind of removed from that situation.
Michelle, one more final thought here. Plug your elective one more time. Conflict of literature. Talk about it.
Take it. I think it'll be fun. I think I'm going to try to bring some meaningful experiences to you. And of course, that service project will be, I think, one that you'll probably remember for the rest of your life.
Cool. Thank you very much. Michelle, thank you very much for coming in to talk about your new course, Conflict of Literature, coming to a Lakeland student near you in September 2017. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Ms. Novak.
Thanks. All right, Lakeland, here I am with one of my favorite English teachers, Miss Melissa White, who's going to be out here talking about her new course that we'll be running. It's actually a reboot of a course that we offered a few years ago called Great Women's Writers that will be in your course book for September 2017. Miss White, thank you very much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, first question from the Lakeland Morning Show again. Will we be reading Dr. Seuss? Somebody's got to start vetting these questions a little bit better than...
Does he write in a woman's voice? Because if he does, then we can.
Again, handling this like a true professional. All right, question number 2, more of a legitimate question now. Miss White, what are some of the prerequisites for this course?
Prerequisites right now are sophomore, junior, or senior in an academic level.
Okay. Ms. White, next question again from the Lakeland Morning Show. Can you talk about some of the novels that you will be reading in course of some of the women? It's obviously called Great Women's Writers, so we're talking exclusively about great women's writers. Who are some of the women that you'll be reading in class?
When the course used to run, there were a lot of Victorian writers. I've actually modernized it quite a bit, so we'll be looking at some short stories from Alice Munro, Joyce Carol Oates, some longer novels from Margaret Atwood, Edwidge Danticat, Toni Morrison, and then a host of poetry from different women.
Toni Morrison actually spoke at my my college commencement, so
wow,
yeah, it was pretty cool. Little aside right there. Next one, it seems like it's a legitimate question. Course is obviously open to males as well.
Absolutely. It's just because it's a woman's voice doesn't mean that everyone shouldn't appreciate it.
Sure.
Males especially.
This is probably a very good lead-in then to the next question. Why, if I'm, again, a question from the Lakeland Morning Show, I'm a student, why should I take this course?
It'll be a fun course. It's the literature that we don't really see in the courses in our English classes. They are predominantly the literature of white men, which is great, but there's a whole other section of voices out there, and this is the chance to hear them.
Ms. White, one last opportunity to sell your elective to the Lakeland students. Ms. White, why should our students take this class?
Once upon a time, I was voted funniest teacher, and I continue to uphold that in every class, especially with women's voices.
Ms. White, thank you very much for coming out today. Again, I encourage everybody to sign up for this class. Great Women's Writers. It's a reboot from a very, very, very popular course that we had running back when I first started, 2005, 2006. Ms. White, thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you.
Great Women's Writers coming to a curriculum guide near you for September 2017. All right, Lakeland, here I am with Mr. Pat Fallon, one of my favorite English teachers. Mr. Fallon is on to talk about his new elective that will be running in September 2017. Intro to Philosophy. Mr. Fallon, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Mr. Novak.
All right, thanks for coming on the morning show. We appreciate it. Without any further ado, question number 1, of course, comes from the Lakeland Morning Show. I read the course description, and the Homer that we're going to discuss in class is Homer Simpson. Is that true?
Well, actually, Mr. Novak, we will be discussing how philosophical ideas are embedded in the mainstream culture, in pop culture, and The Simpsons is no exception to that.
I actually own a book. It's called The Philosophy of The Simpsons, which is a pretty interesting book. Although, again, the Lakeland Morning Show is tweeting in your questions to throw me off. So I appreciate you handling that like a true professional. Question number 2, a more legitimate question this time. What are some of the prerequisites for your course?
So this course is open to 11th, 12th grade students who've completed successfully 10th grade academic English. So it's an English elective.
Cool. Third question coming in. Mr. Fallon, talk about your curriculum. What are some of the things that you're going to be doing in Intro to Philosophy?
So philosophy is the study of knowledge, reality, and existence. So it's kind of deep questioning, argument building. We're going to be cultivating a love of wisdom in this course through reading, discussion, and some writing various different types of writing and viewing of all sorts of material. But it's going to be a dynamic and playful course. I'm really excited to teach it, Mr. Novak.
Well, thank you very much. I'm excited for you to teach it too. Mr. Fallon, what are some of the works that you're going to be reading? Do you have an idea yet? I know that things are kind of being sketched out currently, but
Well, mostly I don't anticipate reading anything in its entirety. We've got a good textbook that I'm honing in on, and we're going to root the course in that, and it's going to be selected readings from a broad swath of primary philosophical texts as well as literature. And again, we are going to be looking at some films, some music that has these philosophical ideas embedded in them to really, put everything together.
Mr. Fallon, final question from the Lakeland community. This is from the Lakeland Morning Show. It seems like the Lakeland Morning Show is the only people who have actually submitted questions, so thank you to the Lakeland Morning Show. Why should I take this course?
Philosophy translates in its Greek origin as love of wisdom. So I think today we have we're bombarded with a narcotizing current of nonsense a lot of times. And I feel like my course will hopefully be an antidote for young people to that kind of superficial style.
Well, Mr. Fallon, you sold me on the course. Hopefully you sold the Lakeland community. Ladies and gentlemen of Lakeland, look for Intro to Philosophy coming to a curriculum guide near you for September 2017. Mr. Fallon, thank you very much for coming on the morning show to talk about your new course.
You bet.
We're excited. Thank you.
You bet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here I am with Ms. DeCarlo, one of my favorite phys ed teachers. She's here to talk about the new elective coming out of the phys ed program, Exercise Science. Ms. DeCarlo, thank you very much for coming on today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, question number one is a joke question from Mr. Yost, which I refuse to read, putting my foot down. So, good for us. Question number two, who is this class open to?
The class is going to be offered to 11th and 12th graders.
Okay. Next question, again, coming from the Lakeland Morning Show. Exercise Science, what are some of the things they're going to be doing in class?
We're going to be discussing anatomy, physiology, nutrition, personal training, a lot of different career options that the students will be able to have within the physical field. And we'll have guest speakers that come along. But along with the class, it's not going to just be academic. We're going to get to go into the weight room every single day. So students will be able to work on strength conditioning and really come in and learn and be able to apply what they've learned in class.
Another question coming from the Lakeland Morning Show. Do you have an idea of what sort of people might be coming in to discuss their careers? Chiropractors, physical therapists?
I actually have already talked to a lot of my friends. I have a lot of friends in the medical field.
Okay.
Since I was a CrossFit coach, I've made a lot of different friends in the medical field and physical fitness field as well. So I'm going to have my husband, who is an Olympic training coach, so he's going to be able to come in and teach Olympic lifts. I have a chiropractor friend, 2 physical therapists, a cardiologist, and I'm trying to work on, through them, other people to come in as well. So we are going to have a great deal of guest speakers coming in talking about their medical field.
So the class isn't just geared towards working out. There's a career component to it, and there's an academic component to it too.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great class combination of everything. So it's going to be a great class for the students too, especially if they want to have a career in the medical field. They should definitely take this class.
Cool. Well, this is kind of leads into my final question, again, coming from the Lakeland Morning Show. Ms. DeCarlo, sell your elective. I'm a junior, I'm a senior. Why should I take this course?
I think you should take this course because, 1, you're going to get to learn. Okay, so everyone likes to learn. 2, you're going to get to work out. So if you really enjoy working out, I think it's a great class to come in. So you're going to get to learn about the body and the muscle groups, and then you're going to get to go apply what you did. You're going to get to learn from professionals, not just your teachers, who are, experts in their field, and you get to work out.
Ms. DeCarlo, thank you very much for coming in today. We appreciate your time. We're looking forward to Exercise Science running in September of 2017. Look for it in a curriculum guide near you, Ms. DeCarlo. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Lakeland, there you have it. We're going to be back tomorrow with Ms. Keberdell and Mr. Keith Kelly, who will be talking about their programs, and hopefully the morning show producers can get their stuff together and start vetting the Twitter questions a little bit better.